a fire station needs to be there. It's our position that it should be a Columbus fire station.
A new development on the west side has created a fight over jurisdiction. The city of Columbus annexed the land for a new housing development, but Norwich Township Fire will cover the area.
10 TV's Lacey Crisp explains what this means for residents.
The Columbus Fire Union has filed a grievance arguing this new development here is in the city of Columbus, so it should be covered by Columbus Fire. But Norwich Township Fire says it's actually in both Columbus and Norwich Township. Construction crews are working rapidly on what will be an additional 800 homes and separate apartment buildings on the west side of Columbus. With the increase in housing comes a boom in population and a need for more first responders.
Report after report saying we need more fire and EMS resources. We believe those are needed, and we can't just outsource that work.
The city of Columbus annexed this land. Residents will be served by Columbus Water and Sewer and Columbus Police, but Norwich Township Fire. Local 67 Union President Steve Stein filed a grievance with the city, arguing in the fire union contract, the city is not to contract out fire or EMS services, and he believes this is what Columbus has done in this situation.
Our collective bargaining agreement doesn't permit it, and this is really, in our view, a pretty egregious run at language that's been in our contract for almost 30 years.
But Norwich Township Fire Chief David Baird disagrees. He explains because of the way Columbus annexed the land, it is both in Columbus and Norwich Township, and the township will collect property taxes to cover fire and EMS services.
So we have dual jurisdiction. Both Columbus and Norwich are responsible for providing fire and EMS services because we both receive funding from this property.
The problem with dual jurisdictions is that they receive calls from two different 911 dispatch centers. If these residents need fire and EMS instead of police, their calls will have to be transferred, which could take time when seconds matter.
So when 911 calls are processed, those go to different 911 call centers. And so I think the specific issue here is we've now bifurcated your 911 response, which means 911 calls for police are going to Columbus's fire alarm office and what we call PSAP, Public Safety Answering Point. But if you have a medical emergency or a fire there, that's going to have to then get rerouted back to the Northwest Dispatch Center. Those are seconds, those are minutes.
Are there concerns that there's going to be delays in calls because you'll have to go from Columbus Dispatch to your dispatch center?
We also monitor Columbus Dispatch, so if we are dispatched, our alarm office hears it, as well as our members at the station closest to this.
We reached out to Columbus City Attorney Zach Klein, but did not get a response. There was a hearing for the grievance last week. No word yet on when a decision will be announced. Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.